There are stories sailors tell when the sea grows dark, stories of storms, of monsters, of things that should have stayed hidden beneath the waves. But there was one story even the bravest sailors feared, a song heard through the fog, a shadow moving beneath the water, a woman waiting where no human should survive, the mermaid of the forgotten sea. They said she hated humans, that she dragged sailors beneath the water, and watched as ships disappeared forever. Parents warned their children, captains changed their routes. Entire villages refused to speak her name, because they believed names had power, and saying hers so would make the ocean answer. Marina, the last guardian of the sea. But legends rarely tell the whole story, because the creature humans feared most was the only thing protecting them. For centuries, Marina lived alone beneath the waves, watching humans from a distance. Their ships, their wars, their greed. And every year, they gave her another reason to stay hidden. Until one night, a foolish sailor ignored every warning. His name was Elias. Young, stubborn, and far too confident for someone sailing directly into a cursed ocean. The villagers begged him not to go. No man returns from those waters. Elias smiled. Then it's lucky I'm terrible at following instructions. The storm arrived before midnight. Waves swallowed his ship. Thunder split the sky, and Elias disappeared beneath the water. Then, something found him. Not a monster, not a demon. Her. Elias woke on the shore, and leaning over him was the creature every sailor feared. Marina. For a moment, neither spoke. Then she sighed. Humans are unbelievable. You see a dangerous ocean, 1,000 warnings, stories of death, and somehow decide, yes, that sounds like a place I should visit. Elias coughed. So the terrifying monster saved me? She looked annoyed. Unfortunately. And then she disappeared beneath the waves. But Elias returned. Again and again. Every sunset, he waited by the shore. He brought pieces of his world, music, paintings, and books. Marina stared at the pages. What are these strange markings? Elias smiled. Words. Humans trap thoughts inside them. She frowned. You trap your own thoughts? And you wonder why I think humans are strange. For the first time, Elias heard her laugh. So every night, he taught her. Letters became words. Words became stories. And the creature who hated humans fell in love with the worlds they created. Days became weeks. Weeks became something neither expected. Because somewhere between the waves and the shore, the sailor searching for monsters fell in love with one. One night beneath the stars, Marina asked him, "Why do you keep coming back?" Elias smiled. At first, I wanted to prove monsters weren't real. And now? He stepped into the water. Now I know they aren't. The girl who commanded oceans, the guardian feared by sailors, was afraid of one human heart. Elias reached for her hand, because humans had taken so much from her. He wanted this to be something she chose. And when Marina took his hand, the ocean became still. No storms, no waves, no warnings. Just two worlds, finally meeting. And beneath the moonlight, they kissed. For the first time in centuries, Marina remembered what it felt like. Not to be alone, But Marina carried a secret. She was not hiding from humans. She was protecting them. Elias looked at the ocean. You keep protecting a world I'll never understand. Marina looked toward the waves. Then finally, she trusted him. Then let me show you. She placed her hand against his chest, and for a short time, the ocean accepted him. The water surrounded him, but he did not drown. For the first time, a human breathed beneath the waves, not because he belonged there, but because the ocean trusted the one guiding him. And Marina showed Elias a world no human had ever seen. Atlantis, the last kingdom of the ocean. Golden towers beneath endless blue, temples glowing with ancient magic, creatures older than mankind itself. Elias stared in silence. For once, the sailor had no joke. Marina smiled. That might be the greatest miracle I have shown you. Atlantis? No. You being quiet. But Atlantis carried another secret. Deep beneath the city, in darkness untouched by time, something slept. The Kraken, a creature from the first age of the ocean. Even Atlantis could not destroy it. So the first guardians chained it beneath the sea. But every century, the chains weakened, and Marina was the last guardian left. Every storm humans blamed on her, every ship they thought she destroyed, was another battle she fought beneath the waves, keeping the Kraken away from mankind. But ancient chains cannot last forever. One night, the ocean went silent. The whales stopped singing. And beneath Atlantis, the final chain broke. The Kraken awakened. Massive tentacles rose from the darkness. The monster moved toward the village. The same humans who feared Marina were now the humans only Marina could save. The villagers finally saw the truth. The monster from their stories had been protecting them from a real one. Marina entered the ruins of Atlantis and took the weapon of the first guardians, the trident of the sea, a weapon created before kingdoms, before legends. They said it carried the power of the ocean itself, but it was never created for one guardian. It was created for all guardians of the sea. For centuries, Marina fought alone. Elias looked at the pearl, the last magic of Atlantis. If you take it, you will never return to land. Elias looked toward the village, then toward Marina. She was still fighting, still standing between the Kraken and the world that feared her. He swallowed the pearl. The ocean went silent. The sea surrounded him. His final breath of air became his first beneath the waves. When Elias opened his eyes, he was no longer human. He was a guardian. The Kraken roared, and for the first time, it looked afraid. Marina rose from the sea, the trident of Atlantis blazing with ancient light. Then Elias swam beside her. She stared at him in disbelief. You idiot. He grinned. You say that like it's a bad thing. For the first time in centuries, Marina was not fighting alone. Together, they raised the trident, and the ocean answered. Waves rose higher than mountains. Currents spun around the Kraken. Lightning danced across the sea. The creature fought. It shattered cliffs. It tore ships apart. It roared loud enough to shake Atlantis itself. But two guardians stood against it. Marina drove the trident forward. Elias channeled the ocean's magic beside her. And together, they unleashed the full power of Atlantis. A spear of blue light erupted from the trident. The sea itself crashed into the kraken. The ancient monster screamed. For the first time since the beginning of the world, it was defeated. The kraken was dragged back into the abyss. Chains of living ocean magic wrapped around it. And the darkness closed once more. The battle was over. Atlantis was saved. The village was safe. And the sea finally had its guardians again. Years later, sailors still told stories about the mermaid who hated humans. But beneath the waves, Marina and Elias guarded Atlantis together. The kingdom had begun to heal. The sea was at peace. And for the first time in centuries, neither of them carried the burden alone. A school of silver fish scattered as Elias swam past. Marina watched him for a moment, then shook her head. You know, you still swim like a drowning goat. Elias laughed. And yet you chose me. Marina rolled her eyes. I ask myself that every day. Elias grinned. And? For a moment, Marina said nothing. The currents drifted softly around them. The golden towers of Atlantis shimmered in the distance. Then she reached for his hand. And I'd still choose you. For once, Elias had no clever answer. He simply smiled. And together, they swam toward the city they had saved. And the ocean finally had a story with a happy ending. And so our story ends. The mermaid who hated humans found something worth believing in. Thank you for listening. And until the next myth beneath the moon, may your dreams be filled with wonder. Good night.